From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm David DeForest reporting Syrian opposition has talks with UN envoy after boycotting the start of indirect peace talks. Representatives of the main Syrian opposition group have met with UN envoy for Syria Staffan de Mistura in Geneva. De Mistura left the informal meeting on Sunday telling reporters he is optimistic and determined that the opposition will eventually join the peace process.
I've been explaining what is the plan and what, in fact, the whole meetings are about. They've been exchanging with me some of their own ideas, and they will let you know and let me know when and how they can be part of this exercise.
The talks are meant to lay the groundwork for eventual direct negotiations. The Islamic State group is claiming a triple bombing in a southern Damascus suburb on Sunday. At least 60 people are dead in the incident. On the eve of Monday's Iowa caucuses, Republican presidential hopefuls are stepping up their campaigns. Jim Malone takes a look.
In Iowa, presidential politics often has the feel of a carnival. But Republican Ted Cruz is on a serious mission, and time is growing short.
This is your time. This is the men and women of Iowa, the time to make a decision.
The Texas senator is hoping to catch frontrunner Donald Trump. It's a different scene an hour west in Carroll, Iowa, where supporters have organized a low-key affair for former Florida Governor Jeb Bush. The smaller crowd serves as a reminder that the son and brother of two presidents continues to struggle in Iowa polls. Jim Malone, Ames, Iowa.
An African Union summit has ended with a proposed peacekeeping force for Burundi put on hold. This is VOA News. The Saudi Gazette newspaper reported Sunday that government authorities have arrested 9 American citizens among 33 terror suspects rounded up over the past few days. Citing an unidentified source, the paper reported that 4 Americans were arrested on Monday and 5 others arrested over the past 4 days. The Zika virus outbreak in Latin America could be a bigger threat to global health than the Ebola epidemic. That's according to several public health experts who spoke with the Guardian and Examiner newspapers ahead of an emergency meeting of the World Health Organization scheduled for Monday. The meeting has been called to decide whether the Zika virus should be rated a global health crisis. Europe's police agency says more than 10,000 unaccompanied migrant children have disappeared in the past 2 years. Europol Chief of Staff Brian Donald told Britain's Observer newspaper that organized crime rings and sex traffickers may be involved. Even before last year's surge in immigrants to Europe, several European agencies documented that up to half of unaccompanied children seeking asylum on the continent went missing after registering with state authorities. A military general who opposes Uganda's longtime president has been arrested. An attorney for General David Sejusa says the general is being detained at a military barracks in the Ugandan capital, Kampala. Sejusa has called President Yoweri Museveni a dictator. His arrest is likely to raise tensions before the presidential elections February 18th. The United States Aid Agency is announcing $97 million in emergency assistance for Ethiopia to help address the humanitarian crisis resulting from the El Niño weather phenomenon. USAID says seasonal warming over the Pacific Ocean had a negative impact on weather patterns, exacerbating food insecurity among poor households. USAID says the assistance includes more than 176,000 metric tons of food, that will be distributed to over 4 million Ethiopians and refugees. Scores of people are feared dead after Boko Haram militants attacked a village on the outskirts of Maiduguri in northeastern Nigeria. Witnesses say the militants attacked the town of Dolori late Saturday, shooting residents and burning their homes. Former Salvadoran President Francisco Flores has died. He recently slipped into a coma after being rushed to a hospital in San Salvador after suffering a stroke. The former president, who ruled the country from 1999 to 2004, was under house arrest at the time of his death due to allegations that he stole $15 million donated to El Salvador for victims of an earthquake. I'm David DeForest in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.